How you feeling about the podcast?
I don't know. I've never even watched a podcast beginning to end, so I don't even know what to expect.
It's all good. I love podcasts, so
I know.
We're all right. We're all right.
I know.
We got a couple topics we'll address today. I think probably the first one I'd like to talk about is this past month.
Which part of it?
All of it. Like,
that's a lot of topics, though.
I mean, just the travel, obviously the social media environment right now is kind of wild.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I hit 1 million.
You did today.
Which is nuts.
Round of applause, everybody, please.
Thank you.
No, that's a huge landmark.
Yeah.
So we'll celebrate that tonight for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, this past month.
Yeah.
What's been your experience so far?
I mean, we've spoken about it. Like, obviously the travel, the opportunities, like it's all like miraculous. It's a blessing. It's crazy. And it's like just the things we've been able to do together. Like, the biggest thing for me is that I get to do it with you. Like I've said, cool, I've gone to Disney growing up. Like, I've done that. But then going with you and getting to experience that with you makes it so much cooler. And it's like, what a lot of people don't really see or understand is, yes, sure, it's amazing, all the blow up and hitting 1 million is great. But it's like, I found someone that like I see as a life partner throughout all of this. And that's what's like actually really cool. Yeah. And it's freaking me out saying that, but like, it's like, that's what's really cool. And all of this is also super cool. And I'm super grateful for it all. But like,
yeah, there's a whole another aspect to it.
Yeah.
That isn't on camera. I agree. It's like, doesn't really matter what we're doing. If we're doing it together, it feels like epic.
Yeah.
And it feels very low key, and I'm not like overthinking anything. It's just, hey, let's have fun and let's enjoy. And it really just does feel like it's you and me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that also goes back to just like the deeper connection that we have off camera.
Yeah.
That like everybody, I think it's so cool that that's being shown through our videos, because that's why people are following along. That's why I hit 1 million followers. That's why you hit 1.6 million followers. Like, that's why there's such a huge supportive audience, is because people want that. And I don't blame them. It's awesome. It's something that you think doesn't exist. And it's like you were talking about how people say, oh, things like that, like relationships should be easy. Like, you were saying that to me.
Yeah.
And you didn't believe that.
No, I thought, because everyone was like, oh, well, when you have a good relationship, it's supposed to be easy. And I'm like, no relationship's easy. And I don't think any relationship is easy, but there's things that you shouldn't have to worry about with a specific person that I don't worry about with you.
Yeah.
And I'm not in my head about certain things. Like, there's a way that we communicate that just, it puts out the fires that would normally burn.
Yeah.
And maybe take over, or, could be fed and grow to be larger fires, forest fires. So I think that's one thing I'm really grateful for. And that's where everyone's like, oh, well, keep your relationship private. You guys you don't owe us anything. And I'm like, we're doing this for fun. Like, it's so much fun. Like, when we're editing videos together and you're like, oh, why don't you do this edit? And I'm like, okay, here. And I hand you my phone. First of all, that's very hard for me to do. 'Cause like, that's like, my videos are like my babies, like they're my productions.
I remember the first time that you were editing a video. It was so cute, because this is another thing, like, we're just on the same wavelength. That's the best way to put it. Because normally I would probably get offended by something like this. You were editing your video to be on your page, and I was like, we were talking about like me trimming off the fat, because since like we've both been in social media, for me though, it's always been like the short form, super quick content that like keeps people engaged. So I'm used to like cutting it off practically at the last word. Yeah. And so this is a different style, because for us it's just like almost like a video diary. Yeah. And that was your way to kind of like pass me the torch a little bit with editing, but then you didn't hand me your phone. And you were still on your phone. And then we got to a point where I was like, ooh, I don't think that's necessary in the video. And you ended up agreeing, but you didn't say it initially. And so I went and I was like, oh, let's maybe try taking this out. And then you were like, I could tell you were a little bit nervous to kind of like trust me with that. And then once you did it, it was like, oh, okay, yeah, like I see the vision. Okay, like this is good.
What video was that? Do you remember?
Oh gosh.
'Cause
Maybe the coffee date?
maybe.
I think it was the coffee date. Or no, I
Because
don't.
I do like having a little bit of dead space and breather time in
Yes.
mine, and like
Yes.
you have very much like Mr. Beast or something where it's like pop, 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 pop,
Yeah, I'm used
which
to
is
that
great
style.
for engagement and stuff. But yeah, but no, when I edit now, I do appreciate your input.
No,
I-
and same to you.
yeah.
It's something that we both not necessarily struggle with, but we're not used to.
Yeah.
That's always been like our videos have been our own craft and like something that we're confident in.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I've told you is very big to me, is for me to also open up to you and be like, oh, okay, I trust you with this editing process and I trust you to change things. And it's like we've come such a long way in such a short period of time where we've gone to editing together to now the other day we're in Greenville and I'm editing your video in the car while you're driving and you're just trusting me.
Yeah.
And as much as you're listening and hearing what I'm doing, like I'm doing it completely on your phone.
Yeah.
And I know that's big for you and that's also big for me. So that's really cool.
The way we call it trimming the fat, I think that's the best way to put it, because I feel like I'm the butcher and I'm like getting the cuts and everything, and I'm like, okay, here you go, and you trim the fat off and you kind of make it presentable to be ready to cook, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like. Yeah, it's different because I've never met anybody who sees the same things like I do, especially when it comes to not only just video content, but like just a lot of things in life too. Yeah. So it is weird because we're both just like, we'll see something, we're like, oh my gosh, I'm like, oh, you saw that too, you know, or we
Yeah.
praise something that's really cool and we're just like, oh, that was cute, wasn't it? And you're like, yeah, I saw that too, and I'm like, all right.
No, I love the way, okay, because it just put it into kind of perspective for me. It could be something as simple as people watching.
Yeah.
Or like when we were in Vegas, to bring it back to the
Yeah.
timeline we're on right now, like we
Yeah.
went, stayed at the Venetian, had an amazing time, did so many different things that we would maybe not necessarily choose to go and do, but an opportunity was presented to us. And one of those things was going to the day club in the in the resort.
Yeah.
And we were sitting at our table and we're just kind of both kind of quiet for a little bit. And we both happened to be watching like the same people. And so it was so funny because when we like looked at each other, we were like, what the heck is going on? And we
Yeah.
were looking at the same thing and we didn't even know, like we weren't communicating that. We were just
No.
both people watching the same exact people.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that's just the surface of it, of like, we're constantly aware of the same things and kind of communicating the same things without even having to verbalize it. And then it goes all the way down deeper to just like things that are important between us as a couple.
Why do you think we get along so well on camera and off camera? Like what are some things that you notice?
I feel like the best way to really like think about that and like articulate that is just to go back to the beginning of everything. And like when we had that first interview, you just said, I'm going to ask you how tall you are, and we're going to go with it.
Yeah.
And I keep watching these edits that people are making of us, and it's so cute. And it just, I've been watching them a lot recently, so it's at the front
And
of my mind.
drawings, like people
I
are doing
know, it's
painted
crazy.
cup drawings and stuff.
It's
I'm like,
nuts.
it's so talented.
It's
People
so
are so
amazing.
talented.
It's
Yeah.
so, and it's such a cool way for people to show their support through their
Yeah,
creative
for
ability.
real.
And it's because it's like we're showing our relationship through our creative ability. So it's just really cool that like we can mesh with our audience like that. But like going back and watching that, not to get like super spiritual and stuff, but it's just like we spoke since the beginning. We have an energy that just goes perfectly together, I think. And it's like, it's more on like a soul level. Like there was an interview of me out saying I'm more attracted to a person's soul. Or no, I said that in our first interview too, like who they are as a person,
Yeah.
not their height. And on a more surface level, our banter in that first interview right away was just like clicked perfectly. And I was like, okay, wait a second. That's kind of weird. And
Yeah.
that's something that's indescribable. Honestly, like I don't really know how to describe that.
Because our first like interactions were like on camera,
Yeah.
which is
It's
crazy. But
it shows us like it's
yeah, but we also, if you get along with somebody on camera, like sometimes you don't really know what they're actually like because they could be playing a character.
Yeah.
But then when we chatted it up after the cameras went down, I was like, okay, like this is weird because it's not something that I'm used to because we weren't talking about superficial things. We were just, I don't even know what we were talking about. I don't even remember, but I just remember it flowed so nicely.
I just think we had an immediate comfort with each other where it's a vulnerable thing to be like, I just like to tell someone you just quit your job. And you were quick to talk to me about that. And then I was quick to talk to you about what was going on in my life and what my goals were, what my aspirations were. Just like we were quick to talk about the things that actually matter. Not, oh, did you see this new TikTok trend? We should film this next.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the TikTok. And that's what a lot of people don't know or understand with like the timeline of things was like, at first it was about the TikTok. Like it was like, oh, let's collab.
Yeah.
But like once we made that video and then cameras went down and we spoke and we were able to talk about things that most people maybe wouldn't talk about first conversation, not in a weird way, and neither of us were weirded out. It was more like, oh, okay, I already feel like I kind of know you. This is cool. And our paths just kind of aligned a bit with like what we want. And we weren't putting up a front because we weren't expecting anything.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I try to tell people when they DM me or comment or that we've been talking about is like, if you don't have expectations, you're not going to be let down. And we were both just being confidently ourselves and it aligned.
Yeah. We both weren't looking for anything. Like,
nothing.
It was just like, then I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
Time out.
Yeah. And we didn't rush it, but we both knew after the first 10 minutes together that like, oh,
might need to go back on my no dating in 2024 goal. No, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's just different because like I've had, interactions with girls. It's not like that. You know what I mean? And everything's very superficial and everything's I don't like small talk. And we did not have any small talk. I don't think we've ever had small talk. Like
you're right.
You've never asked me how the weather is or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're right. No, that's so true.
It's beautiful out today. Like we don't have those moments. We're always talking about something or ideas or just talking about each other on a personal level. What do you think about X, Y, and Z? And that's where it's really cool because we're both interested in each other and we show interest in each other and we're asking questions about one another. Yeah. And then I'm trying to figure out where you stand on something or I stand on something. And then we look down and it's like, oh, we're standing in the same spot. And we both stand the exact same way towards a specific idea or topic.
Yeah. And something just about the small talk, because the times that we do have small talk, it's because we're in a public setting in a group. And that's really cool because we get to kind of just like chill. And it takes somebody that is intellectually strong to constantly have deep conversations. And I think that was the first thing that really impressed me. And you just were constantly wanting to talk about things that mattered. And I loved that. And we both just like there's not a lot of men out there that actually want to have conversations that hold value all the time. They want to be like, oh, let me just turn on the game or something. Like, you've never hit me with that.
No, but like I feel like that's also sometimes like not good though.
What do you mean?
Like I feel like a lot of times I'm in a deep talk mode. I really am in a deep talk mode all the time. Like I love deep talks. I love getting to the bottom of things, figuring out the roots of the tree. Yeah. But sometimes it could be a little much, I feel like. But with you, it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
okay,
really?
Okay.
Okay, and you join me. I'm like, oh, you're coming along for the ride with me. Let's go down the rabbit hole or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know?
I thought you were saying with us, but yeah, in general, there's a lot of people that can't handle it though.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's been my experience.
Same, and
so
I phased out.
I can't shut this thing off. It's this thing that keeps going.
I phased out of a lot of friends, especially within the past year, because they couldn't handle those deep talks. Like, it's crazy because if I have a complaint or a concern, you come to me with logic and you set it out for me and we tackle it together. And I love that because I have, once again, phased out of friends because they would come and complain to me and then I would try to tackle it with logic and how I can help them and they won't let me help them. So I feel like we just have a constant thing where it's like you're constantly just helping me and like you truly, truly have my best interest at heart. And I constantly thank you for that. And I want to thank you for that because it's not anything I've ever questioned. And that's something that is really hard as someone who's dealt with people who have been shady and who have not wanted what's best for me. And it's crazy for me that after a month of knowing you in person, don't come at me for the DM, that
Dude,
like I already have that confidence with you. Because there's people that I've known for years that I don't have that confidence with.
Why do you think you don't have the confidence with them?
Because they've shown me reasons to think otherwise.
Like their own agenda for personal gain?
Yeah. And it's like, we just know that we just want to grow and build together. And it's like,
I also just think you're like awesome. Like just even like, no, I mean like beyond like the romantic side of things, like you're just like, you're so cool. Even like everybody that I've introduced you to on my side, they're just like, wow, she's like really cool.
Same.
And then even like my friends in a group chat who haven't met you, like, this might be the first girl that's cooler than you, Tyler. And I'm like,
no. Okay.
That's kind of a compliment.
That's a compliment, but that's far. That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
No, I'm like, yeah, like, no, like she's really like that though. Like this isn't just for the cameras. Like she's actually like that all the time.
Okay, but I'm going to like quote Star Wars Anakin Padme a little bit.
No.
Like you bring it out of me though. Like I feel comfortable to be myself and to express my interests because of you. And it's like, it's little things like Star Wars is just a really easy example. A lot of people would coin that as nerdy and say, oh, okay, it's something that girls aren't really into. Like my room is Star Wars themed. And like, I think it's like, I'm comfortable like showing that to you and you encourage it. And
you almost didn't get a lightsaber at Star Wars. So like,
because it was like $200.
You can be fully nerd mode around me. I'm completely happy with that.
No, I know.
If my little kid self could see me right now going to Galaxy's Edge, getting Star Wars with a girl, he'd be happy. He'd probably dap me up.
He'd dap you up.
Yeah, he would. Younger me would dap me up. But dude, hold on, when did you get into Star Wars though? I don't think I've ever asked you that. Oh, just born out of the womb?
Born out of the womb with a lightsaber, yeah.
Cool. Fire.
Well, no, okay. My family was definitely big into Disney. So I have Pooh Bear. He was in my crib waiting for me. I know you know Pooh Bear. And I still have him and I sleep with him. And my mom, best person ever, she raised us with those movies and like showing us those movies. And then also we were really big on Lego games growing up. So like we used to have a house in Sanibel and we had like a whole game room there just for like Legos and Monopoly and all these like different games. And my mom would always play like Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones and all that stuff like with her sister, my aunt, and we would just beg to play and they would just have us sit there and watch them. And they'd be like, you can get 20 minutes of playtime in an hour. Yeah. We'd be like, oh, whatever. So it was like this thing that was so cool to us because it was cool to our parents. And then, you know this, I was deathly afraid of Darth Vader my entire childhood. And it was to the point where we had a doll that was in that game room that they would have to remove from the game room and like put away and hide it, or I would not go near the game room. And there was even one year when my cousin was Darth Vader for Halloween, and I think I just cried the whole day. Like I couldn't.
It's kind of sad.
It is kind of sad.
Halloween.
But like, Star Wars has been prominent throughout my life to the point where I feared Darth Vader like in real life because that's how much I was exposed to it.
Darth Vader was all right. It was Darth Maul that scared me.
Okay.
That was the guy that scared me. And then
he killed your boy.
I don't want to talk about it. It's too soon. Too soon. If we, I think the thing with Darth Maul, like, I almost was like, I'm going to like Darth Maul and I'm going to be a fan of Darth Maul and then maybe he won't hurt me. Like, that was really like in my head. I was
Kill
like,
him with kindness.
Yeah, I was just like,
that's so sweet though, because that's you.
Darth
like,
Maul don't, no, it's not. I'm not a suck up to not get hurt.
You're not a suck up, but like, that's just sweet. That's cute.
Don't hurt me, Darth Maul. I'll wear your backpack. I'll wear a shirt with your face on it.
You got his backpack.
Yeah. My mom got me a backpack with, just the scene. I'll show you a picture of it. But
I'm picturing it. I know.
Speaking of moms, though, we're both really close with our moms.
Yeah.
So that's a green flag.
Yeah.
What do you think like you're most thankful for it with how she raised you?
Just how constantly supportive she is. She would literally Deep.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Oh my God, wait, stop. Okay. You know what time of the month it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
So this is something that is so important to me that I see in you, that I think that's part of why I'm so attracted to you, is because it's a characteristic that I've only ever seen from my mom, really. And I see it in you already, and it's been a month. Growing up, my mom was she constantly is putting other people before her, but not in the best way in some situations. And that's something that her and I talk about and we're working through. But when it comes to family and like my sister and I, like I literally have asked her, hey, where do you want to live? Like one day I want to be able to retire you and move you somewhere that you want to live. Like that's my goal. Like that's why I work so hard. And her answer immediately without hesitation is literally like, wherever you are. Like I just want to stay near you and Julia. Like where would you want to live? I'm like, what? Like I'm telling you, like, oh, if I could put you up anywhere, where would you want to live? And her response is wherever you are. And like something that you saw from the first video that you found me from, it was an interview of somebody interviewing me about my divorced parents. And having that juxtaposition of her and my father, who was not supportive, just really just like exponentially shows me how supportive she is. So like an example that I can think of that's super easy is like I would have volleyball tournaments. She would not miss a volleyball tournament. And it could be loud. She could be sick. She could have a migraine. It could be that time of the month. Somebody could have literally just passed away that she cares about. She will still find a way to support me. And if it is something so urgent that she couldn't be there physically, she's watching it on her phone and she's paying to stream it. And it's like, she did that. She ran her pockets dry trying to give me what I wanted. And that's something that you don't comprehend as a 12-year-old. You don't comprehend it when you're younger. You don't see that or understand that concept because I don't know what a savings account is when I'm 12 years old. But like, she felt bad asking me to get a job when I was 14 to help with things when she's however much in debt, just trying to give me what I deserve. And she's always just said, I would give you the world if I could afford this, if I could do that, like, I would. And I've never doubted that once, like ever. And she carries that through to this day with everything that's going on. While we're away, she's cleaning my car. And I'm like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. Like, I'll do it when I get home. She's like, no, I want to. And I don't question that because she actually just wants to help me and see me succeed. And that's a crazy form of love for your children that it's sad not a lot of people get. And I didn't get it from my dad, but I'm so blessed to have that from my mom. And that's just that constant consideration and wanting what's best for me and wanting to support me is something you can't even ask for. It's crazy.
Moms have a different way of showing you what's good. Like it's like my mom and I are really close. I don't know how she did it. Like single mom, 2 kids, it's kind of wild. Like me and my dad, like we went through our tiffs, but like we're close now. It's not like we're.
Your parents split when you were younger, right?
2. It was 2. Yeah. But like growing up, I was like sick. I get 2 Christmases, 2
Yeah.
birthdays. Like it was cool. And yeah, and their personalities don't mesh. But yeah, my mom's just like, I swear, she's like the closest thing to an angel. It's crazy. She's just the sweetest person ever. And like she's watching Leia right now, So it's just, it's really nice, the things that she does. And I remember getting back from my dad's house when we were like I used to go weekends sometimes at my dad's, and she would have like little presents set out. A lot of times it was some socks or something.
Yeah.
But looking back, I was like, she got me socks. Now I'm like, I need socks.
Yeah.
But I think me and Vic were talking about that too, just how important and how valuable it is to have just a good relationship with your mom. And how important that is. What's something that you learned as an adult from your time like with your mom and like looking back at it now that you didn't realize when you were a kid? Don't think too hard about it. Because like for me, it was just when I got Leia, for example.
Yeah, what's your
Like the amount of love I have for my dog is crazy. And my mom would always say, like, love you more, and I'd be like, no, I love you more. You know, as a little kid.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, she's like, and then as I got older, she's like, you have no idea how much you could love your kids. And once I got my dog, I was like, I'm worried sick about her. Even like right now, like I'm just a little stressed out because I'm not with her. And I can't imagine what that would be like to have you and the person you love most on this earth create a life to where you're like this is her and I in a little form, and we get to introduce the entire world to this little being, and you get to almost experience the world new again through their eyes. And that low-key scares me.
That's kind of, yeah, that just scared me.
Because like how much you can love something. And it's a beautiful thing, right? But oh my gosh, is that scary.
Yeah.
Scary.
Yeah, okay, so no, on that note, it's definitely the things where it's like, I experience it with my little sister. So like, I know you have little brothers, so maybe you can relate to this too. And it's like, okay, obviously she's not like my kid, but like, that's my little sister.
Right.
That's my twin. Like, that's mini me. Like, and I love that. And that's something that like, I will catch myself holding myself to a higher standard just for her sometimes. Like, I will check myself and be like, wait. Like, I wouldn't want my sister doing this. Like, I wouldn't, no. And so it's funny. And I'm sure a lot of older siblings can relate to stuff like this, is like, there's a lot of things that I thought my mom was being super strict on maybe, but it's just because she has such a deep love for me and care for me that like, she just wants me to be protected and me to be safe. And that's something that I'm now kind of experiencing and understanding, because there'll be like stuff where my mom will let my sister go do, and I'm like, wait, what? Like this could happen to her, And she's like, well, you did it and you were fine, and you did it against me, and you snuck out and but you're safe and you're fine. So why can't Julia do it? And I'm like, well, okay, but what if this happens to her? And she's like, she's 18 now, like she'll be okay. You know what I mean? So it's little things like that where you think, oh, mom's just being strict, or she's just being annoying. Like, no, it comes from a place of care and love. It's not just like, oh, I want to rain on your parade.
And as an older sibling, you're trying to be an example, but also as an older sibling, you don't know what that example is supposed to look like, because you're still kind of trying to figure it all out too. And you're kind of the guinea pig. That's what I realized too.
Yes.
I was the guinea pig. The thing, I was like, my littlest brother, Ethan, coasts. He just, whatever he wants. I'm hungry. I want to go here.
Well, littlest of how many again?
The youngest of 5. So I have 4 little brothers.
Yeah.
But like, he's like, I'm hungry. And we're all like, my dad turns the car straight away. Let's get you something to eat, bud. If I said I was hungry, it'd be like, I told you, if you were hungry, we had 2 hours ago, we said we were going to eat, but you didn't want to eat anything. So we're going to wait till we get home. I'm like, okay, we got 4 more hours till we're home on this road trip. But like, okay, it's a stark contrast. But I mean, you develop character through it.
Yeah, for sure.
What's one thing, speaking of character, what's one thing that you think has developed your character? Because you have good character.
Thanks.
You're a good character.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So are you. I think one of the biggest things for me, which is where I'm excited for my sister, even though I am also like, oh, it's little baby and whatever, was moving out for not college, but moving to New York. And they're like, that's the melting pot of all melting pots. And like, I was living there for a while on my own. And I went through a lot of phases there of like not leaving my apartment, or going out too much, or happy medium. And just like, since I got to be in a brand new environment with nothing tying me back to home. Like my mom, that was one of the things that she said to me before I left. She was like, you don't want anything tying you back to Florida when you move to Manhattan. She's like, I want you to go and just, the world is your oyster. New York City is your oyster. And I was 19 years old. And
Dirty oyster.
Very dirty oyster. But you know, there's some pearls around. Yeah. And one of those is my best friend. Shout out Savannah. Met her there.
Shout out Sav.
And there were so many things. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. And you might not even realize it or know why at that time. But like, so many things happened in that period of whatever it was, 9-10 months when I was living there. that changed me and shaped me, and I didn't even realize it. And I feel like when you get to go and, like I said, the only thing tying me back was that I was taking online classes for college. It's UF online, nothing, literally did not have to go to Gainesville once. But like, when you just have your free will to do whatever you want, like, okay, yeah, I had a job, I was running a store. Sure, I had to go to work from 11 to 8, but then everything else was kind of just on the table. Like, I could go to the park if I wanted, I could go out if I wanted, I could go to a restaurant if I wanted, I could go to Jersey if I wanted. Like, that craziness and chaos, I knew it was temporary. I knew I did not want to live there for the rest of my life or be in something that crazy for a while. But since I had so many opportunities and so many options, you could say, I got to find out more about myself and what I'm going to pick, because there wasn't really anything else influencing me. Now it's like when I'm at home, it's like, oh, where do I want to eat? Oh, my mom's probably hungry too. Like, I want to get her this. And that's not a bad thing. Like, you want to be considerate, but I didn't have to be living in New York, because it was just me doing my own thing. So that definitely matured me a lot. And I know a lot of people will meet me and think, oh yeah, she's 26, she's 27, she's 28. Like, and I think that's why, because I was in a boss position in the potentially the craziest city in the world, maybe definitely in the United States, I would say.
Yeah.
And I was doing it alone, which was scary. Also, it was very scary.
Yeah.
What about you? Because you also have great character. So what do you think has built character for you?
Well, like, my relationship with God for sure, but beyond that, it's hard, because the things that I like to apply for the reason as to why I've built character is like sports. I think there's a lot of lessons in sports,
Yeah,
and with
very
basketball
true.
and going to UMass, cold as hell. I'm from Florida, Sunshine State, and you go up there, we got 5 a.m. conditioning, and you don't want to be doing it. I had 4 years of that. I was miserable all 4 years, except for when the season ended. And I could only get home for 2 weeks out of the year.
Yeah.
And so that was really hard for me. And everyone like glorifies being a Division I athlete, whatever. But like, damn, is that hard?
Yep.
And and the emotional turmoil you go through, it's brutal. And basketball in general, I mean, I didn't have a summer growing up. Like, from sixth grade on, I've been doing basketball drill since I was 2 years old. And sixth grade on, I never had a summer. I never got to go spend it with friends. Everyone was going to, we had Buccaneer Bay, which you'd never know about, but it's like this little river beach thing that like all my friends used to go to. And like, I never could go. And like, I just remember seeing on social media that everybody was there. Like, the girl that I liked at the time was there. Like, my little crush that I had in middle school was there. And I was just so angry that I was playing basketball and I wasn't able to go experience that. And it definitely took a lot from my childhood, but at the same time, it built that character. And I think everybody should be, I don't want to say forced, but they should be put into a position to where they have to do something they don't want to do in order to see what they're made of.
Yeah.
A lot of people will voluntarily go and do things that they don't want to do, and that's great. But when you're stuck and there's no way out but up, and you have to climb and you have to dig and you have to give your all to get out of this hole that you're in, something happens and something clicks to where nothing's as hard anymore. Like, when I wake up and I don't want to wake up, or if like I'm tired, I'll just remember when I was in college and I had to wake up for 5 a.m. conditioning and then go to strength and conditioning practice after that, and then have practice after that, and then study hall, and then a full day of classes, and then second practice, and then therapy, and all this stuff, and then study hall, and then I have to do it all over again. I just think back at that, I'm like, this is kind of cake compared to all that.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, and I'm sure there's other people who have way worse or way harder circumstances than just that. That's just my own personal experience that I go to. But looking at other people, I mean, in their situations, in their circumstances, and what they have to battle day in and day out. I mean, we were we were riding around, and you were like, we were definitely both a little hangry. Let's be real. But we were riding around.
So no. Don't call me out.
No, or Orlando, but like somebody had cut you off or something, and like there was a light that was missing. You were like moved past, and you were like, "Oh, I can't get over this. Like this traffic is terrible."
The light was
and
broken, and it wasn't
yeah.
turning green.
And like I was literally watching a TikTok of a burn victim that was like, "Life is beautiful," and I'm like, "Gab, just let me show you this."
So bad.
Yeah, and I was like,
was
"Okay,
crazy.
like we have to."
That was...
It's really hard in modern day life to snap yourself back
Yeah.
into, "Hey, listen." I mean, we have AC in here right now. What? We're like the first society ever to have AC. I took a plane here today. We're the first society ever to see the top of the clouds.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so much that we take for granted. It's kind of crazy, the things we take for granted just because it's everyday life for us now.
Scope and perspective are super important. It's
Yeah.
all about your perspective. And on the basketball note, real quick, like I had that experience with volleyball in spring break, and my birthday would always fall on that time too. Never could do the birthday trip I wanted. That's why my first year of college, I literally like missed. I just played club because I didn't want the D1 experience because of everything you just spoke about. And I was also working full time. I took a cruise that spring break. Literally, it was the easiest $2,000 I ever spent because I was like, oh my gosh, this is my first spring break that I can do what I want to do. So I completely agree with that. But then back on the note of like the perspective of things, it just reminded me of another time. I love to visit, or at least back when I was working more, like when I was in high school, I went on a trip to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. And it's crazy that I still remember this like super clearly because it's something that I need to go back. I need to go back to a country like that because that put so much into perspective for me because it's so easy to get caught up in everything because we're so blessed with everything that we have. We're living in the top probably 5% of the world with the lives that we're living, especially right now. It's more top 1%. And that is like crazy to think about. Oof. And when I was in Punta Cana, we went ATVing, and this was like a trip with my friend and her family. And we went on these excursions that we just had planned out. And it was just like, oh, yay, can't wait to do excursions, right? We're ATVing through people's homes. Like we are going through paths where people are lined up on the sides of them with huts made out of palm fronds. And most people are looking like, oh, wow, look at the local people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like there's a mother with a baby over there. And all she has is a old, not green, like brown palm fronds that she's just hoping are going to stay up. And once we got off the ATVs, because we're following a guide, whatever, we gave like $5 to one of these kids because they're trying to like sell us flowers. Like they're picking flowers and they're trying to sell them to us just to get $1 because $1 US goes a long way, especially in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. And we gave a kid $5 and he had holes in his jeans, like not cute ripped jeans, like genuine holes in his jeans, broken shoes. And he started crying over a $5 bill. And I no longer was on that trip for a good time. I was on that trip to really see, okay, wait, this is how a lot of people live. And that changed so much for me at such a young, I think I was 15.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa. Because I had not, as much as I traveled growing up, like I was younger, you don't really notice things like that. And that to me clicked. And I don't really think it clicked for my friend that I was on the trip with. And that was something to me where I was like, dang, like we are so blessed for the lives that we live. And there's people out here that don't know where their next meal is coming from. They don't have a clean pair of jeans. Like we're on a trip complaining about not having any clean laundry and we don't have the time to do laundry. It's like,
laundry, what is that?
It's some people have never seen a laundry washing machine. Yeah. And it's like, obviously there's a happy medium between, okay, we're not going to go to eat. And you know, those people who are like, oh, there's kids in Africa that are starving. Like, don't waste your food. Like, okay. But like,
that's really why I finish every plate.
Yeah.
Like, or at least the meat on the plate because something died.
The meat. Yeah. I know you're big about finishing meat like chicken or steak, but it's just, it's crazy to think about stuff like that.
It is. And I think it also puts into perspective, like, if there's a quote that I love, and it's the person who has everything, more will be given. The person who has nothing, everything will be taken. And it's a mindset switch, which is if you have everything you need and I'm content, more will be, you'll have a surplus in your life.
Yep.
But if you're always wondering, I need that, I want that, that guy has that, why don't I have one of those things? that's when everything's taken from you, because you don't appreciate what you have. And that's how you get more into your life, is by appreciating and taking care of what's within your walls of your kingdom.
I like that. That's a quote. It goes back to how we started this with having expectations. It's like relating it back to our relationship. We both were super content. At least I was, and you were, from what I could tell. And we were content with no relationship, nothing, no partner. Like, we were good. And then it's like, that's what I'm saying. It felt like you were given to me. It wasn't like, oh, I was looking for him and then I found him. Great, awesome.
Yeah, no.
Like, it was just like, boop.
Given. No, I like how you said that, though. Almost knocked the mic over. I really liked how you said
really
that.
like that.
No, but given, like, I think that's the right way to look at it too, because there's a lot of, like, it's like, oh, well, guys just enjoy the chase, or girls enjoy the chase and stuff like that. And it's not like we achieved each other. It's like, no, we were given each other at a point in time where we were pushing all that away.
Yeah.
And
I was like,
and that's the thing too. I was so content with my life. I was so content with everything that was going on. I was like, you know what? Okay. I was freaking out about my job a little bit, obviously, and like paying the bills and stuff. And, it was just, some of that's changed, some of that has not. And but anyway, I was content and everything was good. And I was just thankful. And I was waking up in the morning and the sun was shining, like the birds were chirping, you notice that stuff, and it's just like a movie.
We spoke about that. I was waking up at 8 a.m. just because I was excited to live.
It's terrific.
Yeah.
And then you came in, and it wasn't like my life changed. It was just my life was amplified. It was like the good was amplified. And not only that, but also it's been so nice to be able to share all of these memories with somebody. Because people talk about sharing your life with somebody and stuff like that, but it sounds cliche, but if you really take out the root of what it means, it's when you have a good piece of food, you're like, oh, you got to try this, because everything good in life is meant to be shared. And that's something that I get to experience now with you, and that's something you were talking about in the very beginning, but it's I'm given somebody to have these memories with, and I'm super thankful for that.
Yeah. And not just somebody, it's like, it's you.
Yeah, it's you.
And it's like, that's what I'm saying is the biggest blessing in all of this that we've spoken about. Like, a lot of people get caught up in the surface level things, like the virality and the followers. And it's funny because it'll show me who truly, truly cares about me. Yeah. And now nobody come for me and change your perspective, because I have people that are texting me.
On the record.
Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you with your social media and everything blowing up. That's so cool. Oh my gosh. And then I have people that are like, oh my gosh, I keep seeing you and Tyler and I'm so happy for you. You deserve this. This has been coming. Like, this is just amazing. I'm so happy you found your person, da 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 da. And like, those are the people who get it. And that's where it's like, those are the people I'm going to respond to and say thank you, because the virality and the blow up is a byproduct of something real and amazing. That's valuable to me too. Like, the platform is valuable. That's all amazing. But like, what we have in our connection, our relationship, is the true value in all of this. And we've been, I think, doing a great job of keeping what we need to keep private, and also spending our time being creative together, producing these videos. And once again, we've both been producing videos about things that we like for 5+ years now. Yeah. So it's something that's just easy. It comes naturally. And now we have someone else to do it with that has the same vision, that sees the same edits and has the same concepts and ideas. Yeah. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that I've been focusing on, is just keeping it fun. Let's just have fun. Yep. Like, that's going to shine through on the camera. That's going to take the pressure off of everything, and it's going to make our time more enjoyable. And there are people coming out to me like, what's it like to be famous now? It's like, yep. What? Like, why don't you ask me, like Vic, for example, he's like, he has not once like said anything about. No, because it doesn't matter. He's more like, what's it like to have the girl you've been wanting for the last however long? It's like, no, that's really cool. Yeah. Because it's just, our dynamic is just so strange. Like, I'm really curious about like your personality test and your love languages and everything like that. Yeah. Because I want to explore that. That's like a test. It's a real. Yeah. Oh, we got to do it for sure. Okay. Because I'm in. Like questions or like. Well, there's a lot of questions. Oh. It's like homework. It's like a little assignment. Oh, but okay. I promise you, like when it tells you like your personality test, you're like, whoa, your strengths, weaknesses, where you shine, career paths,
who you value in your
Okay.
life.
Have you done it? You've done it?
I've done it.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil it on here though.
Okay.
I want you to. I want to do it together. I also want to see if I haven't done it in like a year.
Oh, so we'll do it together. Let's do
yeah,
it
we're gonna do
together.
it together. So I just want to make sure I'm the same.
Yeah.
I've done it like 3 times. It was the same every single one.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy with my choice. Or
Okay.
with my not choice, but
With your
what was
personality side.
assigned to me. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to get a little deep for a second after that comment.
Oh no, I hate deep talks. We just
No.
talked about this.
No, but like that's the other thing is like I have past experiences of people that don't want to always do things together. And like you just constantly surprise me because you want to do everything together as I do. Like I want to do everything together with you, and it's just like it's so like I feel like we already know the answer as we go to say it. Like I was just saying, oh, let's do the personality test together. Even though you've already done it, you're like, yeah, let's do it together. Like that's something that is like so cool to me that I've never experienced. So it also like I don't know to expect it, I guess, with a lot of situations. And it's as simple as like, and people will call it out in the comments and stuff. Like when we get drinks to try, like we wait to do it together. And if we get different ones without even saying anything, we're switching. We're switching
I was trying to show that.
after the first sip. And for me, like you've known, like that to me is like something that I want, but it's like, whoa, I've never had this. And like, it's really cool and it's really important to me. And that's something that like, I didn't know how important that was to me until because I've never been shown that.
I mean, it's super important to me too because, I mean, the more I feel like we get stronger, the more we're intertwined.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, even like look at our outfits right now. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I've never matched with a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like that was all.
I love matching with you.
Yeah,
though.
no, but like that's the thing. I was like, we should match more. You
We
know,
just need to
'cause
get you a little more pink.
I don't mind pink actually.
I know.
That was my first favorite color ever. Was pink.
Oh,
And then
okay.
somebody told me it was a girl color, and I was like, fine, I like purple. Not much better, but purple's the color of royalty.
No,
so.
I think it is.
But yeah, it just goes down to sharing memories and experiences, and like you said, not just with somebody, but with somebody who it seems like you have the same lens on the camera as I do. Like
Yeah.
you see things the same way I do, you think about things the same way I do, and we see different things. It's like we're seeing it from the same angle, but it's just a little bit. It's just you're like the next spot over. You know what I'm saying? To where we have the advantage of seeing it through each other's eyes.
Yeah.
While at the same time,
It's still different perspectives.
but it's like you're in the seat next to me at the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're watching the same screen, but you have a different perspective, but it's really the same.
Yeah.
And it even comes down to editing. Like we'll make a video, and if you and I were to make content right now, we would edit it. It would be the same exact storyline more than likely, with just a couple different hitters. You know, so
Yeah.
that's something that. It's just wild. It's just all of it's so wild. I mean, we talked about this with People,
People magazine.
People magazine. We talked about this with a
With
bunch of
the
people.
people.
Yeah, no, with People magazine. The virality of everything that's happened and the chances of that are microscopic. But for you to be the person with me in this whole viral sensation, that to me is a less of a chance than the video pumping to however
Yep.
many views it has.
Yep.
Like you and I mean, there's 8 billion people in this world. I've met a ton of people, but I've never had this type of connection, even like with friends. You know what I mean? So it's the chances of that personally, I think, are way more out of this world than just having a viral video that pops up.
Not to mention in this lifetime too. Like
Yeah.
there's multiple lifetimes. There's multiple phases of people, like
Yeah.
generations of people.
Yeah.
So like
But it's just
that makes
it's just
it even crazier.
in our paths, you going through the same stuff and me going through similar stuff, and the pets' names, the mom stuff, like
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
crazy. Like, and that's where it doesn't freak me out, but it makes me feel. Now, I don't want to say weird, but it makes me feel different because of how okay I am with all of it. Like
Yeah.
I have confidence in us because that doesn't happen on accident.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And then you tag on the virality. It's like, yep.
Yeah. No, yeah. Because
Yeah.
we're not looking for other people's approval, but the fact that like society and people, social media has almost like collectively been like, oh wow, this is also cool, is like,
Yeah.
whoa, like that's awesome. That's not normal.
Why do you think it is though that we're getting bought into? Because I have a couple hypotheses. Same.
I mean, first video, okay, 30 something million views, like, and that's no background, no context, no nothing. Like you've interviewed tall girls before where you've done stuff and they've done well. 3 million views, 2 million views, cool, awesome. You've interviewed a girl that's your height even, and
Crazy.
it's did a fraction of what our first video did alone. In our first video, I know we were looking at it too, because we were like, what the heck? Like, what? How? And the biggest thing is that it ties back to what we were saying about how we are even off camera. Like, I think seeing that society has started to phase towards AI girlfriends. That's a quick way to put it. To see two genuine people that think we look pretty good together,
Not too shabby.
are meeting and are connecting on a level where we were flirting in a way that's not weird or creepy or like, oh, like, what are you doing later? Like, whatever. Like, it was just natural and we were on the same type of humor. First meeting, first video. I think that's what really captivated people, because they're like, wait, what? Everyone's saying it's a real life rom-com. It's like Bridgerton. This is courting. Like, this is like better than The Bachelor, because it's real, because it is better than The Bachelor, because there's not a producer behind the camera telling us, hey, are you sure you want to pick Tyler?
Yeah.
Like,
or saying, hey, can you act this or act that?
Yeah.
And it's a little more scripted. And then beyond the fact, it's like if you go to any bar in America right now, it's like you get somebody who's heavily intoxicated, who's coming up, has no game, but thinks that they're the man.
yeah.
Or girl, whatever.
Yeah.
Because like the same thing with girls, you know. And it's just like, does anybody understand how to have a conversation anymore? Like, you guys are all so focused on flirting and getting a number or a follow or whatever it is. What about just exploring the human being that's in front of you?
Because people set goals and expectations and it ruins it.
Yeah, but it's so superficial, and there's always a personal agenda with it, and it's like there's no exploratory collaborative effort in any type of interaction, and I don't know when we got here.
Yeah.
And all the dating apps and everything, like, it's just woof.
Yeah.
I mean, it's designed to be a dopamine hit that keeps you fluctuating up and down. And I mean, there are a lot of successful people who have met each other on dating apps, and the successful relationships that have met each other on dating apps. And that's great, more power to y'all. But I think as far as encompassing the entire society right now, it's rough.
I think COVID plays a big part, because even on just like on another level, like of me with doing like the interview videos, like same thing with you, I remembered thinking, because like we were both doing interview videos for a while, and like I would do ones like for brands interacting with their audience and saying, just interacting with people. And that's why I think Man on the Street in general started doing really well, is because people were seeing strangers interact, and people did not see that for a while because of quarantine and lockdown and all this craziness. And so now you add an aspect to it of romance and something deeper than just like a, hey, we're two strangers poking fun and interacting and talking about a brand or this or whatever, or asking a funny question. Now it's like, oh wait, there's like a romantic connection between two strangers that are meeting in person for the first time. And that's where obviously there's the whole thing at first, people like, oh, well, they DM'd, they knew of each other, like da-da-da-da. Like, but like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, you have to meet somebody in person to really feel the energy, get that vibe, get to know them. And people got to see that through a video that was just being made for fun, where there was no pressure, there was no expectation. It was just a regular Tyler Bergantino, how tall are you video. And it went that way. And it was cute because I saw, like I said, I was not following you before this. Like, I probably have seen a video of yours or something somewhere. I'm not going to say I haven't, but not that I can remember. And I never, it was just crazy to me. Like, even I don't believe that because we're like the same person and we do similar content.
Yeah.
I had never seen you before. And it's cute because there's comments of people saying, this is so cute. Like, he's had, like, in one of our video, in our first video, you were like, what's your ideal height in a guy? And then I was like, oh, I don't really care about height, but like 6'9". And then you were like, really, that's how tall I am? And then I asked you and you said, how tall are you again? People loved that because it was just easy flirting. I flirted with you. That's the other thing that I've spoken to some girls about. I sent the DM.
Yeah. I'm
not afraid to flirt because I knew that I was interested in you. And a lot of girls are afraid to do that and afraid to shoot their shot. And it was obviously like, you had to give me that vibe for me to feel comfortable doing that for sure. But like, I said to you, oh, 6'9", because I was like, looking at you, I was like, yeah, he's like 6'9". Like, that's what I'm going to say. Yeah. And then I was almost like, I was hoping you would say something along those lines when I was like, well, wait, what's your ideal height in a woman? Why else would I ask that question? And then when you said 6'1", it was, or how tall are you again? Sorry. How tall are you again?
I picked up on it.
Exactly. And like, it was cute because somebody commented and was like, oh, he's had other girls say their ideal height is like 6'8", 6'9", and he didn't say that back to them. So that was cool because I was like, I don't know how many tall girls you've interviewed. I don't know how many girls you've like had on social media, and you've told me you haven't posted really anyone. You haven't like been public with any relationships of yours.
Oh, so. Yeah, no, that's been because it too much can get caught in the crossfire, and it's really hard for a lot of people too with like the attention and stuff. With, you know, like I get crazy DMs, you get crazy DMs, but like we're both used to it. It's not like we're like, oh, we got a DM. It's like,
no,
nah.
we don't care about the attention.
Oh, we got this many, like, okay.
Because it's accessible and it's been there.
Yeah, right. It's
even
just
before all of this, we both had somewhat of a following. We both understood social media. We've both had the attention. We've both had somewhat of a spotlight on us, whether it's you at UMass playing basketball or having a viral video, or it's me modeling or having a viral video. Like, we've both dealt with eyeballs.
It's just the low-hanging fruit, you know? And it's just like, okay. Like it's there. It's just like, you don't even look at it. Yeah. And you're like the angel at the top of the Christmas tree. That's so bad.
I like so that. No, that was
so bad. I hate it.
Clip that.
Cut it. No, but I just feel really bad for people out there that aren't able to find somebody that aren't able to find somebody that they really vibe with and that shares similar, I don't even want to say beliefs, but like just the way they interact with the world, the way they see the world, the way they view their own reality. And I think there's a lot of pressure on people to use the dating apps. You need to go find somebody, But if they just get comfortable with themselves and they can just date themselves and I don't want to say fall in love with themselves because that sounds narcissistic, but in a way, almost fall in love with your life. I think that's a better way to put it, and fall in love with making your life better. And then someone's going to come in that complements it even more, that will to the moon.
I'm smiling at you because you're freaking me out because I was about to kind of almost interrupt and say, well, it's not that they can't find somebody that fits them. It's that they're not comfortable enough to express who they truly are to people to find that person. Yeah. Because you're going to attract what you are, and you're going to meet people. You meet everybody meets so many people every day. And it's like, if you're the type of person that's going to see someone random in a coffee shop and compliment their shirt, that's the type of people that you're going to attract. And if they look at you and say, oh, thanks, and brush you off, okay, cool. It's not someone for you. But if you meet someone, oh, cool, yeah, thank you so much. Like, my grandma gave me it. Oh, I really like your shoes. And then you start a conversation. And then you're meeting someone that has that same social aspect to them where they like to talk to strangers in a coffee shop because they like what they're wearing, maybe. And like, especially because of social media, which is part of why this is also crazy, is there's so many people that are putting up a front of who they think they should be and who they think people want them to be instead of who they truly are. And that's what stops them from meeting their person. And it's super simple. It's like, yeah, I feel bad, but it's like, yeah, you got to fall in love with yourself first, because if you can't love yourself, you can't love someone else.
Yeah. And I think too, like, don't be obsessed with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
But not
like,
obsessed.
Fall in love with with who you are, who you plan to become, and in that inner you that wants better, not only for you, but better for the world too. Because that's the thing, when you get better, you by nature make the world better. And when you let your light shine, you give permission for other people to do the same.
Yep.
That's a quote from Coach Carter. I did not come up with that. I just didn't want to. Coach Carter, you never seen Coach Carter? Basketball movie? We got some homework to do.
We have like so many movies I have to watch. I'm sorry.
We do. We should probably make a list.
Yeah, we need a list at this point.
Yeah, we need a long list. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I mean, we went deep talk on this one. That's good.
Yeah.
But it's so nice because it's so comfortable. Like I kind of forgot.
There's cameras here.
Yeah. Forgot we're doing
Sick.
a podcast. What is happening here? It's nice to you.
Do you want to talk about what we were talking about to wrap it up, or?
I forgot what we were talking about. What we were talking.
Well, I wanted to ask you about it anyways.
Bring it up. Go ahead. Shoot.
Okay. Like with the first DM.
Oh, how you said, "Hey, dude, let's collab." Speaking of, like, I'm wearing "Hey, dudes." I wasn't expecting that in my DMs. Like,
okay, it was dude.
Oh, dude, let's collab.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dude,
Sorry.
we should collab.
Dude, we should collab. You're
Yeah.
right. That sounds much better. Yeah.
So what were your thoughts when you received that in your DMs?
Cool. I was like, sick. Yeah, let's do it. Like, I'm all about it. And then like we had talked about Miami, and I was heading down here for swim week, and I was like, oh, this lines up perfectly, because literally I had 3 other people that I was going to do content with, all tall.
Yeah.
And then you were like, come to Brickell, because that's where all the creators go to make their content. And I was like, sure thing. And then we made our video, and after we did a couple other
other people's,
we did our video, and I completely scrapped the other 3, and it was just like you and I, the rest of the time.
I know.
And that's all I was thinking about, and I hadn't even posted the video yet. Like, that's how you know it's crazy. Like, I was like, man, this girl's electric. Like, there's something there. Like, there's some type of whatever we have. Definitely chemistry.
It's energy. It's chemistry and energy.
It was like electricity. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I was like, what the heck is that? I got to see this girl again. And I hadn't even posted the video. Had no idea how well it was going to do. Kind of got a little nervous about it, because I was like, oh,
I wanted to talk about that a little bit.
If the video flopped, I would have felt so bad. I've been like, she doesn't think I'm cool now.
Yeah, you were nervous for a different reason.
I was super nervous about that.
That was funny when you did tell me that. I was like, what? Like, because I get it though, because like we've told People Magazine and whatnot, like we initiated it as a business thing. We were like, oh, like we can collab and we can work together and we can work with brands like this and we can make a video like this maybe, and we'll see. And then once again, some people think you came to Miami to meet me. Like, no, you were already coming to Miami.
Yeah.
And I was already going to Miami for swim week because I live in Boca, and I was already getting a place down there because my other friends that I model with were coming down, and it was like
they were walking.
It was it was simple. It was just cool. We'll meet up one of the nights. And it was one of the first nights of Miami Swim Week. And so when we filmed that video, like it was after all of the other, we did other content creators, because it's genuinely like a hot spot for street interviews.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was awesome to see. It was so cool to see.
So many people there that do street interviews.
Yeah.
And I remember being nervous about posting the video because I knew that I was like interested in you, and you had, maybe you hadn't spoken about it, but it's kind of unspoken that like I feel like it's kind of also like a mature thing maybe. I mean, different opinions, but like to not really post your relationship, especially when it's new online. And so I didn't know if you were thinking of it as just like, oh, this is just gonna be like a really good video. Like it's gonna be like really viral. It's gonna be really good maybe. And that's that. And then like, yeah, we could do part 2. And we talked about that. But me, on my insecure girl side of things, that's completely on me, nothing you did, is just like, oh, okay, yeah, he wants to do part 2. Like we'll do multiple parts. Like maybe we'll do different videos together. But like, especially at the time that you met me, I was super business. And you knew that. And I knew that. And I didn't want to get my hopes up. And I was kind of just like, okay, yeah, like this is going to be a good collab. Like, I was in Arizona the week before, and like the people that I was staying with, we were there for a mastermind. We were all in an Airbnb together, and like when we would go and hang out in the backyard together, I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to like do like a new series with this like really tall guy. Like I would literally like say, like I was talking about it like that because I was trying to calm myself down too.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because my mom kind of checked me with what I sent you like the other day.
Oh yeah.
Like I was going to her and like literally stuttering over talking about you before we had even like met, just because I would like got a good vibe through the DMs, through the
Which is crazy.
few DMs we had.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
because I was just kind of like, I don't know, Mom. Like I'm nervous. Like we're gonna meet. We're gonna film this. Like I don't know. Like this is my thing. I'm always filming. Like why am I nervous? Like sure, I get stressed on film days. I get overwhelmed. But it was just like something extra. And so like for me with you posting the video, I was more nervous that it was gonna make it not real because it was getting put on social media. Yeah. That was kind of like my nervous, and then you were nervous because you didn't want it to flop because you didn't want to like
I wanted
disappoint
to impress
me.
Yeah, I wanted to impress you. You know what I mean? And then, but also I didn't know what it was going to be or what it was going to become, and that's why I said let's do a part 2. And then after we had talked a little bit, I was like, okay, like I'm obviously going to shoot my shot, and even if we never posted anything, we would still be here. Maybe not like in this studio right now, but we would be here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what's really cool for me to look back on and just be like, the social media was almost like a part, not even like, it was the side piece.
That's the byproduct.
Yeah, the byproduct. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Not the side piece.
Side piece.
Social media side
All right.
piece. Yeah, no, it was the byproduct of everything. And I don't know, it's been a month and some change.
Oh, that's so freaky.
A month and some change. Yeah.
So freaky.
Wild, right? Like it feels like so much longer. And back to what we had talked about earlier, every moment is potent. Everything that we do, and it's also because it's you and I, but every moment and every experience that we have, it feels so fleshed out, and like every detail is captured. Yeah. And time just moves slower.
Yeah.
But it also moves so fast.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Yeah. It's so weird. I can't describe it.
No, like I said it in one of my early videos, like we're taking things day by day, minute by minute, because every minute there's something. It's like, and it's awesome. And that's what I was trying to get at too, with just like your intellectual level of like constantly being able to have deep talks or deeply process things. Like most people can't keep up with something minute by minute and can't have a super potent minute by minute, and they need a break or they need this or they need that. And it's like, it's something that we don't even question. It's not something that is like even in the cards of like, oh no, like this is too much right now. Like let's whatever. Like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's just,
well, for me, that's how I process.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes when I get too flustered, I'll have a deep talk and it brings me back down.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's therapeutic for me. So I do appreciate you listening to my rambles sometimes.
Okay, I ramble too. Come on.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. You
I
ramble,
know.
but it's good
We
because I was
both
like, yep, come on, bring it out.
It's also really funny because I caught myself saying it to my mom the other day too. It's like, we genuinely are like the same person. So when something will start to happen, like you'll start to ramble, I ramble a crap ton. So I'm like, oh, we're the same person. Like he's rambling because I ramble. Like I get it. Like I know what's going on right now in his mind because it goes through my mind and I do it and I have to verbally process. So of course he's verbally processing also. And it's like, it's cool, but scary, but awesome that like we can say that and understand that, because to feel like you can understand somebody else because they are so similar to yourself is another level of comfort that some people may never experience because they aren't that in touch with themselves. And so me being someone that's in touch with myself, you being someone that's in touch with yourself, I think that's a big piece to our communication and connection.
Yeah. And I think for me in particular, I know I've just thought about things over and over and over again. So when I share something with you, sometimes it's off the cusp, but a lot of times it's things that I've thought about before that I'm able to articulate to you. Yeah. Just because I've thought about it a lot. and it's fun to think about serious things.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it scares people, and it's supposed to be scary, but you have to attack that side of you that you're scared of exploring, because that's where your gold is. Like the dragon guards the gold. You know what I mean? That's why
Yeah.
in the fairy tales, like you have to slay the dragon before you get the treasure.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in life. Like you have to go to your deep places, think about it, talk about it, process it, and then you can come back and say, okay, cool, this is what I've learned along that journey, and now I can apply it and apply these principles and learnings in different aspects of my life. Especially when it comes to relationships, it's important, because
Yeah.
you're not only dealing with yourself now or an obstacle, you're dealing with another person who's your partner.
Yeah.
And moving forward, it has to be seamless with the way you're able to communicate and articulate things.
Yeah. And slaying a dragon's scary. And that's what some people will never get past it, because they're too scared to do that, especially with a partner, because of trust or whatever it is. And so it's like, that's where I'm so grateful for us, because it's like when we're going through slaying a dragon, I'm not questioning if it's going to be slayed or not.
Yeah.
Like I know it's going to.
We're like, what are you going to do? Not slay the dragon? Just walk back across the bridge with the
Yeah.
fiery pit? Like, no
Yeah.
thanks. I'm cool. Like the princess is up there. Like you got to do the scary stuff in order
Yeah.
to get tea. But yeah, what time is it? To be honest, I've never ended a podcast, so
I've never watched.
I don't know how to do this.
Um,
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Any questions?
no.
I put you on the spot a little bit.
You did.
I don't really.
No, I asked you my questions.
Yeah,
I think.
same. I think there's.
What are you
just,
most excited for moving forwards?
Oh, I can't say that.
Why?
What do you mean, like in the short term or long term?
Both.
I'm excited for you and I to get on some sort of schedule. Like genuinely, because I am most at ease when I have a schedule and I have like a routine.
Oh,
and
baby, I don't know when that's gonna happen.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It kind of scares me. That's why I'm excited
No, it
for
will. It will. But
Because
like,
I know, yeah, just some type of schedule to where we can have our time,
Yeah.
and we can have, us, and then we can give our all to content or filming or stories or whatever we want to do, and then we can also do the other fun stuff and just brainstorm with each other.
I think
And
we are doing a good job maneuvering right now, though, with a lot of variables and a lot of unknowns. Like we do, it's not the best, but we do find time to put aside for ourselves, and it's, I mean, like I would like more of it, but at the same time, like we said, we're capitalizing. We have a lot of opportunities and really cool things that we can go and do that we're not going to say no to.
Yeah.
So, but then as time goes on, maybe we will start saying no to some of them because it's not as important as what else we would want to be doing.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff feels up in the air when it comes to like what we're doing and everything. It's like we're going from one plane, we're skydiving into like the other plane. We haven't landed yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
excited to be able to be landed and grounded, and then we can take off when we need to, and we can come back down when we need to. And personally, like that's when I'm most dialed in. And even just like the gym, like I feel like I haven't been able to work out like that. And it's so hard. That's such a big, like I'm not like a huge gym bro like that, but like
No,
working out and moving and just doing something, physical exercise, like that helps my brain so much.
Yeah.
And I'm way more clear afterwards. So just little things like that is something that I'm excited for. And then to experience that side of things where it's like, that's the life I knew before everything got crazy, and to share that with you too. And to see your routine and to see your schedule and what you like to do and things that ground you and help you come back to life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm excited for.
Yeah. It's also kind of tough because like we don't live in the same city, so it's not like we really get to see that.
You and I live in like every city right now. Like that's
I
how
know,
it feels.
yeah.
It's like we're just boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom, which is awesome. But it's like when you every time you come to Greenville,
It's the best.
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Me too.
What are you most excited for?
I'm definitely excited for that also, but I'm also excited to see. I'm really big on firsts with you, and I know that's something you enjoy also. So that's really cool to me because it's like, it's not necessarily always going to be vulnerable. It could be something like a first that we're both excited for and it's not scary or whatever, but then it's also, there's a lot of firsts that are scary because it's a first. So I'm excited to see what more firsts we have coming with each other. Like,
what's something you like? Have you been skydiving? Like, is
I
that
was
one of
thinking
the
about that.
things?
Yeah, no, I haven't. But you're scared of heights. Would you do that?
I've already went.
Oh, you did. Yeah, you're right.
If I go again, I feel like going a second time would be way scarier than the first time.
Really?
I don't want to ever go again.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know.
Well, I jumped out of the plane and I was like, this wasn't worth it. I'm risking my life right now. This
Right?
is not
I
worth
don't know.
it.
I don't trust equipment that much. I'm a little weird about that stuff sometimes.
I don't know. People say it's life changing and it's amazing, and it was really cool, but I'm okay with it. Too much risk, too little reward for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we'll find something.
Yeah.
I mean, we find something like every week that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
something
saying. So
you
it's more
haven't
like the
tried.
unexpected firsts. It's more
Yeah.
like, and it could be as little as like a chicken sandwich from Greenville.
That's crazy you said that though, because I haven't even told you about this. I found a new chicken sandwich spot in Greenville, and I wanted to show you because I went there with Vic, and it's the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There's a new first that we're
That's
gonna have
crazy. You
together.
just said that. It's actually wild.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
I gotta
stuff
tell
like
Vic. I gotta tell Vic. That's crazy. Kendall's Grill. I'll take you there.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Okay. But I'm also just like, I'm just also excited to just grow closer to you because I feel like it's crazy that it's only been a month because, as you know, as society knows, because we've said it in interviews, like my big thing was like not rushing a relationship, and none of this has felt rushed.
No.
Like not a single bit of it has felt rushed.
No.
It's just our own timeline. It's what we're doing, and we're confident in that, and we're doing that, and we're on that timeline, and nobody else can affect that or change that or influence that. And it's like, that's really cool to me because when I speak to people who care about me, like my family that has like true intentions with me, they're like, whoa, this is a lot at once. How are you doing? And it's really cool because like I have people doing like, hey, checking in on your mental health. Like that's really cool to see that people really like care on that level. Cause yeah, it's a lot for sure. But like, it's a lot in a great way. It's nothing negative. It's all good.
Yeah.
So like, I'm excited to see how it can just keep growing. I don't know, like that. And that's big for me to say because I was ready to be solo dolo for 10 years.
Not on my watch.
Maybe 11. I know. So I was like, I'm not dating till I'm 27.
Yeah. The fact that it's still a month is crazy. It feels like, you know, like in a dream when you're asleep for like 5-10 minutes, but you feel like you were in the dream for like 2 hours.
Yes.
Like that's really what it feels like.
Yep.
Like, I don't mean to be like cliche, like, oh, it feels like a dream, but it kind of does.
No, it
it's
does.
like all the stuff that's happening. I'm like, I've literally had these dreams before. Like the people that I've met, I've dreamt about meeting them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, it feels like I'm back in that dream state.
You're like Anakin. You can see.
But he sees no. Those are bad things that he sees. His mom and Padme. No, no. Don't say that.
I knew comparing you to a Sith would piss you off.
Yeah, 100%. No, send no. Then he's comparing me to Yoda or something.
I'm just teasing you.
You went to go kick me, realized I was too far away.
No, I know.
All right, that was a good last question.
Yeah.
You want to do the ending?
What do I do?
All right, so you're gonna look at the camera, and you're gonna say, I don't even know. Thanks for watching the Unnamed podcast right now because we haven't come up with a name for it yet.
Okay. Thanks for watching the Unnamed podcast because we haven't come up with a name for it yet.
But we will next time.
Whenever next time is.
See you next time, whenever that is. That was good.
Good?
Yeah.
Is that actually
You did great.
How do
Yeah.
people end podcasts?
Thanks for watching. Blah, 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 blah. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us
okay,
you want to.